Welcome back to Grow Joyfully. Sorry about the road noise, but I wanted to show you my husband's part of the garden. Here's the onions that he's growing. They're getting bigger and bigger and looking beautiful. Here's a coreopsis. It's just a volunteer from last year. They attract pollinators, which we know all gardens need. Here's his potato patch. My daughter has planted sunflowers here on this side. There's the sprinklers watering away, at least on the grass out there. They used to cover this whole area and everything would be watered overhead, which we didn't think was maybe the best way to go about watering our garden, but it at least kept the paths green and alive. Now the paths are not alive. We still have weeds. My husband's working on them, and I don't think my tomatoes look as happy as they used to when it watered overhead. So it is so hard to know what to do. Because it's so dry and hot here in central Idaho, I think we're just fine with the overhead watering. We've had several blooms of sugar ants, and we'll be over there, especially in that area by where we put a totally new patch. This has been dug up for the first time, and we put 10 more tomatoes, and my daughter planted a cranberry bush and another berry bush, I can't remember its name, and this currant bush. But if you go stand over there and you're trying to use the hose, as you see there's a spigot there, all of a sudden you feel lovely bites all over your legs, and you start stomping and they're all over your shoes and your legs. They're just little tiny guys, but they can bite pretty good. That's lots of fun. His corn patch is looking good. My daughter planted a different variety of corn right here because this corner was available, and over there that corner was available. I'm trying to use the weed fabric here for my cucumbers, and it is keeping down the weeds, but I've had to replant 3 times, as you can see right in between here. I haven't been able to get them to come up. I have some down here and some down there, but I haven't been able to get them to come up in between for whatever reason. This lovely plant is a tithonia, a Mexican sunflower. My daughter just wanted to grow them on the end of this area, so there's 3. We have volunteer potatoes from last year. We're just letting them grow. We have several different kind of pumpkins, watermelon, cantaloupe, and honeydew. The pumpkins are going crazy because I think this area up to those cattle panels is some of the richest that we have on this place. Why, I don't know. We did put a couple bales of straw that they were both old and kind of moldy. So we broke them apart, left them all winter, then tilled them in, and that's where we dumped a bunch of leaves a year or 2. And so you can see the results. Online to look to see if there was any natural sugar ant type of pest control, and they suggested vinegar, baking soda, and baking powder, cinnamon, what have you. Well, we put it all over here. I don't think it worked. There's just so many of them. I don't think it's possible to get on top of them, and with this heat it's driving them all up to the surface. So I'm going to walk through this area very quickly because that's where they are, right there. My daughter was down by her flowers on the other end, and they were getting her there too. So I think they're all over the place because of the heat. Time to pick raspberries because I want to make as much jelly and jam as I possibly can this year. I'm getting low on it. I think the tomato plants look kind of stressed, and of course the heat's going to stress them out. And look at this. During the heat they usually drop their blossoms, and that's what they're doing. I just think they're not getting enough water through the drip irrigation system, especially when that drip irrigation system is trying to water onions, potatoes, corn, and everything else. Too much competition, and it's harder to get out here to the pasture garden to water as much as we want. Over here in the melon patch, we are just watering with a sprinkler overhead, and I think those tomatoes look a lot happier as a result. It freeze this year, so we didn't think we were going to get any fruit at all here in the orchard. You can't tell from looking here, but there are peaches on that tree. Maybe only 30, but enough for us to be able to enjoy this year. And by the time you add this one up, that one, that one, that one, I think we'll get enough to enjoy. Maybe not to can, but at least to enjoy. How do you like those trucks? All day long. It's really distressing what they're doing to my Idaho. I'm born and raised here. And it's changing beyond all recognition. There's nothing I can do about it. Nothing. I'm trying to manage my stress and try to focus on what I have here. But when I'm out in the pasture garden, it's just so much closer and so obvious. Anyway, we keep trucking on. I like coming out here in the morning and in the main garden and pick raspberries or whatever berries going. In the main garden we have blackberries, blueberries, black raspberries, and raspberries. Oh, we also have that marionberry. So that's really fun. I'm enjoying the berries a lot this year. It seems to be a really good year for them. I hope you are having a great day, that you get outside before it gets hot, that you get a lot done. I know we're going to have to do a lot more in the house nowadays when it's just so hot. But I hope you'll use your time wisely and that you'll enjoy your time. We're going to go out and help my son who had to have his gallbladder out. It's pretty uncomfortable, even though it's they call it a outpatient surgery. But nonetheless, it's not comfortable, and we're going to go out and help him get water on his place and help him take care of that. I hope you have a lovely day, and I hope you grow joyfully. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next time.